everything is my fault, basically. Like, it was because of me. And if that's how you feel, then let's end it now. Like, what the You're not gonna keep dragging me through the mud.
Listen, I'll be in jail soon.
In the morning when the sun starts to rise, so mama, don't stress your mind.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into my channel. Your girl Nesha back with another video. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. What up to all of my oldies? I love having you guys here. So today's review is Love and Hip Hop New York Season 9 Episode 3. I don't know the name of this episode, but we're gonna go ahead and go for it, okay? Alright guys, so we start this episode off at Yandy's house with Juju. We're talking about everything that transpired in episode 2 at the party. With Jonathan, he didn't really invite Juju. Yandy ended up inviting Juju. She get to the damn party, then he feeling some sort of way because he didn't really want to address his issue with Juju at the party. But since we're here, you know, I'm going to let you know how I feel. And he basically said, you know, I don't appreciate how you went behind me. And this is some stuff I think it was like something to do with radio. And it's something, he had shared this idea with her. She took it, ran with it. And he felt some sort of way. He called her fake it in a $2 bill. I was like, no, because I have those. But anyway, that was his whole issue with Juju, is that he felt like she just went behind his back and took the idea that they were supposed to do together. So we're here at Yandy's house and we're talking about everything that happened, like at the party. How could he dare call me secretive? I don't even like that word. And then she's like, no, Juju, but you are secretive. And then she's like, well, give me an example of why you feel that way. Well, remember, you like broke up with a whole dude that you was with damn near a decade and you didn't tell anybody. And so my first response is, when did this happen? Because you didn't tell anybody that you had broken up with him. Juju, of course, gets defensive and it's like, well, that's my private business. I didn't want to bring it to y'all yet. Listen, there's nothing wrong with keeping some stuff to yourself. Maybe you're just not ready to talk about it. Maybe there's some things you're working on, projects and stuff. You just don't want people to, you know, prey on, because that's real. When you start working on projects and doing things, some people just not here for you. So I get sometimes keeping things to yourself. But in a situation like a major breakup, because that was a major breakup, you would want friends and family around you to be able to help you. Not everybody, but just your close ones, your real ones, your day ones. You would want those to be there for you and to comfort you, because it almost seems like you would prefer to like suffer in silence. Like, that's the craziest stuff I've ever heard in my life. Yes, there's a lot of people that do it. It does not make it right. And then she gets a little bit defensive. Her reason for getting defensive is that Yandy, well, you didn't even tell nobody that you were not really married. Like, you didn't tell nobody you didn't sign the papers with Mendices. And then she said, well, that's different. Like, he was going through things with the case and everything. And so we didn't know what we were going to do. That's why we didn't bring it to you. But you left the whole relationship and you didn't tell me. Do I feel like there's a difference? Like, one person has reason is more justified than the other? No, because at the end of the day, y'all both were supposed to be really good friends and y'all kept a secret from each other. I think it's jacked up both ways. All right, y'all. So Jonathan and Sin and Kimbella are sitting down somewhere, child, and they're talking about everything that happened at his party. He feels away. He does not appreciate everybody coming to his party and turning it into something else other than a good time. He wasn't feeling that. He did not like the fact that Juju was there. He did not like the fact that he had to address his issue with Juju at that time, because it was at that point in time forced. He did not like how Anais was going back and forth with Juju and how she ended up walking out. He just was bothered. He didn't like the fact that Kimbella knew or told Juju everything that he said. He was really bothered by what had transpired at his party. First of all, Sin, let me just throw this in there. Sin, basically, you know, she went to her trip with Joe Budden. She said nothing happened. He slept the whole time. She slept the whole time. So she did not get that type of meeting that she wanted to have. Not meeting, but that type of intimacy that she wanted to have with him. It just didn't happen, okay? So anyway, back to what I'm saying. So what I feel about him being upset with Anais, I feel like it's not justified. Like, she actually tried to look out for you and tell them it wasn't the time or the place. Granted, she ended up walking out, but that was because Juju and her just wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, so I feel like for you to be trying to nag at her, I didn't agree with that at all. Then Kimbella, after she leaves, Kimbella's still there. And then you have a problem with Kimbella because Kimbella told Juju basically how you felt, that you said she was fake. And then for you to try to throw Kimbella in there just pissed me off. I just think that he needs to take, first of all, I don't know what the hell she was there for, but if anything, she should have corrected her friend and told Jonathan that he's wrong for trying to blame all these other people. You should have had the conversation with Juju. I say this plenty of time on my videos. I don't understand why you can't have a freaking conversation with the person you have an issue with. There's no reason why Yandy had to invite her when that was supposed to be your friend. Yeah, you're trying to say that she stole an opportunity from you. Well, then pick up the damn phone, find out what happened. Don't just assume stuff. That's my problem. Don't assume. Yandy shouldn't have had to invite her. You should have been the one to invite her. And if you had an issue, you should have discussed it with her prior to the party. Yeah, you didn't know she was there, but this is why you should have just told her how you were feeling. Communicate, communicate, communicate. And to get mad at everybody else, Kimbella and Anais, like for what? You shouldn't be mad at Kimbella because she didn't do anything wrong and she did not talk down on her friend. You did. She just said, yeah, she can be a private person. And Anais basically tried to get them away from talking about all this drama in your party because it wasn't the right place. So I just didn't get why you were so dead set on putting them in their place. No, you need to be putting yours. Rich Dollars and Sidney Starr, they meet up, and I think Jaquae comes in a little bit later. We get introduced to Sidney Starr because she is a transgender rapper. And she, I guess Rich Dollar says she has the it factor, whatever the hell it was. I only saw a mess. It was a mess. That's all I saw. Okay. Apparently she had been reaching out to Rich Dollars for 3 years, persistently trying to get him to recognize her, give her a chance. I was bothered by her impromptu performance. It was supposed to be a freestyle. I was like, no, no, no. Got up. Now this was before I knew that she was a transgender. So she's performing and it's just weird. Like, and constantly mentioning words like, my ping ping bigger than yours and this and that. And I'm like, why does she keep referring to her ping? I was confused because I didn't know. And so then Jaquae is like, so why do you keep mentioning like the ping ping? And she was like, oh, because I'm transgender. And I was like, oh, okay. Jaquae didn't know. So it was kind of like weird for him. Okay. What I feel about Sidney Starr, she's definitely different. A bit annoying. I don't think she's talented. I just feel like she is a character. Like she's just something to laugh at. I don't feel like she's going to be talented, but she could probably blow me away. So now we're at Anais's house with her kids and her husband, and everything is just so chaotic. She says she has one child that is autistic, and then she has another one that acts just like her, which is crazy. Banana's just out there. And then there comes a time, you know, she sends her kids to the room. She was trying to do homework. That just didn't work out well. Then she opens up to her husband, who's trying to help her fold clothes, and then she's like, no, because you're only making more work for me, but then I'm a star, and why is a star folding clothes? Like, people are not taking me serious. It's been 15 years, and nobody has, and you know, nothing's happening. My fans are not just like believing in me. My husband's not believing in me. Like, people don't understand. And she's just basically saying all these things that she's a bit upset about, and she just wants her career to be taken serious. I have never heard her rap, sing, tap dance, or anything. So I don't know if she's talented. I don't know. I do know it'll be a bit frustrating if you're trying to make something pop and it just doesn't. I mean, everybody wants to be the next Cardi B. And it just doesn't happen like that for everyone. So I'm a little bit upset. I don't want to see Anais sad. I know a lot of people feel a certain way about her, but I really like her. She brings some spaz to the show. I like it. So Sidney Starr meets with her friend Byron, and they're talking about the fact that she met up with Rich Dollars. He's gonna give her a chance. He has this writer, Jaquae, that's gonna assist her. And let me just say this. Sidney Starr is beautiful. She could have fooled me. Had she not said that she was transgender, I would have thought she was just a beautiful woman. Now, my husband always talks about me because he can just spot him like that. But I'm like, no, just a beautiful girl. You know what I mean? But anyway, so she feels like she's a bit insecure because she thinks that once people start noticing who she is, that Rich Dollars will allow that to influence his decisions on working with her, and she just doesn't want that to happen. But then her friend reminds her, yo, his name is Rich Dollars. He's about the money. If you can bring him money, if you have any type of value about yourself, he's going to help you. You don't have to worry about that shit. But she's still concerned. You can tell it's been one of her struggles. I'm not trying to be mean, but I just don't see where she's talented. She's like another freaking Jocelyn for all that matters. Like, I just don't see where I can take her seriously, especially with that performance that she gave. I really wish I could show y'all that clip, but that performance she gave at the diner or wherever the hell they were, I just felt like it just needed to stop. Like, the white man behind her was just like, I'm embarrassed and I'm not even sitting at your table. All right, y'all, so Juelz and Kimbella are in the studio, and he's rapping, clearing his mind because he got a whole lot on his mind, honey. The lawyer has called, and instead of 18 to 24 months minimum if he takes the plea, and then the 4, I think it was like 4 years maximum, whatever, they didn't change the terms on him. So his minimum is 27 to 37 months if he takes the plea, and then his maximum, or no, if he takes it to trial and loses, then it'll be 27 months to 57 months or something like that. So he's a little bit nervous, you know, a whole lot of bit nervous, okay? He doesn't like the fact that he's having to deal with this. He still says he's innocent and all of this. Later on, he decided to go ahead and take it to trial. But so he's sitting there, and she's basically conflicted. You know, a part of her feels like he needs to learn his lesson. He's been having it too dang easy. He dodged a whole lot of bullets. Now's the time for God to correct his path. And then another part is like, well, this is my man. I don't want to lose him. You know, he's going to be away. These kids need him. And then she's just feeling all of these different emotions. Honestly, I felt like for him, he doesn't understand it because right now he's a bit selfish. He's like, look, I'm the one that have to go to jail and be away from my family right now, not you. So for you to be sitting here trying to like preach right now is just not, I'm not feeling it. You know, either you're going to be here with me and for me or you're not. I will say that he recently proposed to her and she looks happy. So we know that they didn't separate. Remy Ma, Juju, and Yandy meet up, and basically they just like fix the situation. You know how Juju felt about Yandy, that she's like, look, you gonna sit here and talk about me being secretive or whatever, but we didn't even know that you wasn't married. So basically Remy Ma was the mediator. She just brought them together to help them figure it out. Remy Ma also tells us that she's pregnant, you know, and she loves cheeseburgers or whatever. So basically they were able to talk it out, and then Juju asked her, well, you know, when me and my ex-dude were not together anymore, he was upset with me talking about him, saying basically that I'm talking about him. Did you tell him anything that I told you? And in the end it was like, of course not, and that's how that ends. I thought that was a little odd that they threw that in there. Like, were you the one telling him, like going back and telling him that I said certain stuff? I just thought that was odd how they threw that in there and then went off of it. But Yandy said, yo, I didn't tell your dude anything, so I don't know how he found out. Okay, so then Nia and Jaquae, they're performing on stage. Nothing much happens here, but Sidney Starr walks up and just basically being rude as hell. Girl, you trying to come into the music business. Nia doing her thing on stage with Jaquae, the one that you're trying to work with. He's the writer that you're trying to work with or whatever. And for you to come up and just basically, well, she was rude to me, so I'm going to be rude to her. As Rich Dollars and Jaquae said, you are in no position to be able to do that. You need to humble yourself, because all of this turning around and showing her, and you should know who I am and all of this, no, but this is not the time for it. You need to humble yourself and come into the situation and try to learn as much as you can. Learn who you can do. First of all, before you try to be rowdy about that life, how about you learn who this person is, let her know who you are, show Rich Dollars who's supposed to be managing you, show him how you can be professionally, because that was one of the reasons why he didn't want to work with you, because you could be a bit messy, and he could see that about you, but he decided to give you a chance. So the worst thing you want to do is come in. It's just like going to a damn business and you trying to get the job, you got the job, then they let you come in on the first day and you cussing people out and telling people, well, you should know me. Like, I just felt like that was all tacky, but you know, like I told you, she's going to be an interesting person. Definitely there for a good laugh. So basically that was it, y'all. I think I skipped over a few scenes that just was not important to me, but for the most part, that was everything. So go ahead and get into the comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with the bell so you're notified every time that I release. And until next time, bye.
Yeah, low key, maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.